How's everyone doing? Welcome to my first Assassin's Creed 3 video. We're actually covering one of my favorite topics, which is hunting. Now, hunting is a new... I'm hesitant to call it a mini-game, because it's a whole quest line in itself. We're able to hunt different property, explore the frontier, learn about different beasts, and hunt specific unique beasts, such as snow leopard, which is part of a homestead quest to be able to do. Now, hunting, you're able to do this on the frontier. You're also able to do this basically anywhere besides the cities, as long as there's open ground and plenty of game to hunt. Different areas will also have different kind of majorities as far as animals go. Deer are fairly common. You also have elk. Some of these animals will fight back as well. Male elk, for example, will charge you. Bears will fight back at you. So it's really interesting, and hunting's its own kind of game, own kind of quest line, in my opinion. It's actually one of my favorite new features that they added to Assassin's Creed 3. So basically what we're doing now is just walking through a simple hunting session. I'm not really doing anything too complex. I just kind of messing around with a little bit of tree here, trying to find some game. And we are hunting on my home property, so the Davenport homestead. And we're just kind of exploring around here a bit. We're going to end up crossing the river up here in a minute. But basically, I'm just going to show you some of the basics of hunting, walk you through it. It is actually a difficult task. We are hunting some easy game, however. There's going to be some deers, wolves, beavers, and I believe we have 1 or 2 rabbits in this hunting video. But basically, there's tons of different animals. Bears, you can actually do fish, apparently, later in the game, one of my friends told me, where you can hunt them with your bow and arrow. You're able to hunt different types of bears, depending on the season, so brown bears, black bears. You're also able to hunt different types of deer. There's male deer, female deer, does, baby deer. I mean, it's crazy. They have so much. So you really want to just find a target, and the big thing is you got to be quiet about it. You can't really mess around, otherwise it could be problematic. You actually have to approach silently, and if you scare off them, they'll run. And now it's easy to chase them down, but it's hard to pull off a good shot, right? So you have to use stealth through bushes and plants. Also, tactics through the trees. I personally prefer to use the trees and just wait for my enemy. I'll often be able to use some of the utilities you get as well. So there's 2 hunting utilities you're able to get. And these 2 hunting utilities are going to be bait and then snare traps. Now, these snare traps will allow you to place basically a snare trap, really, right in front of a animal's home if you track them down. So you're actually able to track down clues and footprints to lead you back to where the animal's house is or where their permanent residence is. And this really works with rabbits for the most part, rabbits and beavers and other smaller creatures. And you're able to put snares there. So you can actually put snares, go hunt some more in a different area, and then come back and loot your snares later. And maybe you've caught some stuff, maybe you haven't. So it's actually really cool. They put a lot of time and a lot of work into this. It works perfectly with the tree parkour system. It's so easy to get around, and definitely helps, hunting from the trees. And it really forces you to kind of wait, too. There's a couple unique enemies, and I guess a couple's an understatement. I've fought about 3 or 4 so far. One of them was from a quest, the other 3 are from hunting challenges. And I've fought plenty. And you gotta wait around, you gotta put down some bait to lure them to you. It's actually really, really intuitive and really, really unique. We had a snow leopard, for example, that we had to trap in a mine, and then I had to partner with an AI friend of mine and take it out. So, I mean, it's really, really cool and really intuitive what they've kind of done with the hunting experience. Now you see me, I'm hunting with the bow right now. The bow is really the simple way to hunt. It's not as effective as doing it with a rifle, for example. A rifle is almost always a one-shot kill. However, you only get 8 rounds with the rifle, so it really depends. Rifle's really good for bigger game too, because you can one-shot them, and they're obviously more powerful. But the thing that I don't enjoy about the rifle when I'm hunting smaller game, such as deer, rabbits, raccoons, beavers, etc., even wolves I consider small game, are really just because if I shoot and there's anything nearby, it'll scare it away. So there's a little bit of strategy involved in the entire hunting side of things, which I really enjoy. Now with hunting, there's going to be prey and there's going to be predators, so you will have to fight predators as well. Bears are extremely dangerous. You can run away or you can try to get them because their pelts are worth a ton, but bears are extremely dangerous. You'll see a lot of quick event kind of button combinations. They aren't too hard. Sometimes they'll mess with you. The bear and the leopards or not leopards, the mountain lions, for example, are really quick. You have to push through really quickly, and it's actually quite challenging. So it's definitely something to get a little used to. However, it's interesting. It's, like I said, it's challenging, and that's the whole thing I kind of like with the hunting. And one thing that I appreciate with Assassin's Creed 3, there's different aspects to it. I mean, sure, you have the main quest line, your main sequences. I believe we have, it's 12 or 18, I can't remember the number. But so you have your main stuff, which you'd expect, and that's what people normally play through. However, they've added sandbox elements. You can customize your manor, become a master trader with trade caravans. Hunting is one of the big ones. And there's also frontiersmen, just exploring new areas and finding landmarks and stuff. So it's really, really intuitive. It's really, really interesting. It's something I have a blast doing. And it adds a little more sandbox elements to it, too, because it's not just about the revolution. The game actually doesn't even start the revolution until close to the end. The gameplay that you guys are seeing now actually is in 1775, so we're not even close to the revolution. We're kind of around era of Boston Tea Party, Boston Massacre, all that, the startings of the revolution. So it's not too well known. It's not total anarchy or anything like that. So it's really interesting. But you have all these different hunting tools. Baits I love. Like you can see with the deer, I baited the deer, and the deer comes over, and then you can kill it. Now, bait doesn't always work, so you got to be careful. Sometimes they'll be eating it, and they'll be a little more intuitive about it. But, I mean, you can really just go crazy. If you take your time, and you have a decent time, I mean, I think this hunting yield, when I sold it after I did this video, was about 7,000 gold. So I had a ton of good deer pelts, a couple beaver pelts. Beavers are really, really, really worthwhile, especially if you send them to the right areas in your trade caravans. It's really unique and really interesting. There's a lot of strategy to the hunting, and as far as the money goes too, money doesn't always yield, like, there's not like in the previous Assassin's Creed where it's like, oh, you have a certain amount of money, right, and then, you know, it's useless. Sure, you buy your weapons, you buy your gear and everything like that, but you're actually using your money to run your homestead as well, and keep the people you have there happy, and they actually have personalities, stories, everything like that. So it's really, really interesting and unique. It's really its own game. So, I mean, Assassin's Creed 3 so far has blown me away. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys enjoy the rest of this hunting session. We're just going to do a few more and then head back to the house. But that just gives you a little insight into Assassin's Creed 3 hunting. And if you guys have any further questions or any comments, I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to let me know what you think of Assassin's Creed 3 hunting, what you think of the game so far. I've been streaming a lot of it, so I know many of you guys have opinions. But overall, I think it's really, really awesome so far. Assassin's Creed 3 is definitely my game of the year thus far. I don't think Halo 4 and I don't think Call of Duty will be able to beat that either. It blew me away, and this is the first game in a year or two that I've been able to pick up, play, and it's hard for me to put down. I actually stay up and make myself miserable because I don't want to put the game down, and that's saying something. So I'm really, really excited about it. Anyway, guys, feel free to let me know what you think about the hunting. I do want to know. I do want to hear what you guys have to say, and I'll be talking to you here in the future. Have a good one, folks, and also, remember to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. I do tons of gameplay videos, montages, music videos, everything like that. And I try to keep things interesting here on the Avialence channel. It's really just a personal channel for me, myself, and I to share what I'm feeling, talk about games, and give you guys some aspect into it while I'm working on getting into the gaming industry myself. So, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to click that subscribe button. I have about 5 more Assassin's Creed videos coming out throughout this week, and we'll also be live streaming Assassin's Creed like crazy. Anyway, folks, have a good one. Enjoy the rest of the hunting session, and I'll be talking to you in the future. I've said that for the second time now, right? Hey. That's how commentary works. Have a good one, everybody, and remember to live by the creed. Avi out.
Yeah, man.